Hey, Copper. Here, buddy. Don't. Hi, baby. Here, say hello. Say hello. You know you can say hello without climbing on me. Look at the camera. Look. Hey, look at the camera. Okay, okay. Okay, I love you. Get down. I love you. Yes, I do love you. Oh, damn it. I'm going to share a story with you guys from last week. But I'm going to crack open my favorite bottle, Knob Creek Smoked Maple. You know, this whole issue with like the pandemic and the supply chains, it's really screwed up the Knob Creek making it to Oregon here. That or people just drink it like crazy. So I have not had a glass of this in months. I'm gonna have it today. I'm gonna share with you guys a quick story about the importance of having $20 cash on you, and also how you're never off duty. You know, they always say that police officers are always on duty, and to a degree, guys, so are security guards. I don't know why anytime I do a live video I'm always wearing this shirt, but I'm trying to think. It was last week, I think it was Thursday. I don't think I had it off. I worked a morning shift, so like it's one of those rare times where like I'm off in the afternoon, which doesn't happen often. And then I had a late start on Friday, so my wife and I, you know, we're like, hey, this is a great opportunity for us to go out. She's coming over. I'm hoping we can get her on camera for this. It's a great opportunity to go out and do something, right? We just haven't had a lot of time together and haven't gotten downtown. Oh, you're fine. You can come over. I wanted you to actually get in on this.
Who are you talking to?
We're doing a live.
Oh, we're doing a live. Okay.
We're doing a live video. Let's see if I can make room for you.
Oh, I'm just gonna bust my way through the spiders as I.
We don't have anybody on right now. This is going to be for posterity.
Okay. Sure, can I put my face on today? So
I'm barely like,
well,
can't even.
So get you, and I'll lean towards you.
All right.
Okay, here you go.
We have to put our head in like this.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Let's hold the camera. There we go. So anyway, I get home, and Morgan is like, this is Morgan. She's like, hey, you know, Lisa has a party. I'm thinking to myself like, all right, where's the party at, right? And so she's like, tells me it's downtown. She names the street. I immediately know exactly where this area is because this is one of the areas that I worked when I was doing the downtown patrol, right? So, you know, very little downtown time, very little off time. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I know it's going to be a shit show. Was it a Thursday or a Friday?
It was Thursday.
All right. So I know, like, Thursday evening, and, like, if you guys are following where I put up, like, the shootings and the stabbings, that's where all this shit is happening. Like, downtown, 4th Street, 6th Street, Alder, this whole, like, little area. Like, that's where all the problems are, right? So that's where this party is. Morgan has family friends. They're wealthy, you know, they're like super liberal, good people, but just like what you would imagine your wealthy Portlanders to be like, right? Oblivious. Because what they did is they like had a portion of the block like completely rented out. So like they had like an entire street across from the art center, or it was the art center, right? Art museum, right? So the issue is like they're just right in the middle of this like homeless encampment, but they've got this area blocked off for a block party. And I'm thinking to myself like, there's no way this isn't going to go wrong. But wife wants to go, so you know I'm going. So she's like, look, we'll just go for a little bit. We'll say hello. Like, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I already know otherwise, but whatever. So we get down there and we drive up, and it's like a bunch of East Indian people, right? So like we get to the location and they got the streets blocked off, and it's like a group of East Indian people, and everybody's dancing and they're getting it in. You know, it's like and the DJ, like the DJ was sick. No disrespect, that's what they were doing. She's kicking me under the table. I'm not doing anything wrong. So we're like, is this the right place? But it is the right place because the family friend is really into like henna tattoos, really into
Very good friends with the DJ.
yeah,
It's
move
just
your
what it is.
like when you
I
talk,
know.
yeah, very good
Very good
friends
friends
with
with
the
the DJ.
DJ, like into the East Indian culture. It's all good. It's her party. But that being said, it's like this group of like 25 very eclectic liberal people that are dancing and having a great time with food and drink on tables in the middle of what is normally a homeless encampment. So, I'm the security guy. I get out of the car and immediately, like, I'm reading the room. They're oblivious, and all around them are just homeless people looking over, like, man, they're having the time of their life, and I'm fucking over here starving. They've got cupcakes and champagne and shit. So, but hey, not my party, like, not my issue. So, I'm in the background, I'm chilling, I'm talking to people, hanging out with Morgan, and then suddenly there's this commotion, all right? And we start to see everybody just like, moving around, and then out of nowhere, people are like, Damien, Damien, they're calling for me. Like, what the fuck is this got to do with me, right? So I look up, there's a homeless guy, right? And he's over by the DJ, and I can just see the homeless guy and the DJ and the homeless guy, and like everybody's starting to surround the homeless guy, and he's getting more and more agitated, right? And everybody's like waving for me to come over. So I'm like, what the fuck? I walk over and I notice that the homeless guy, okay, who's young and like in shape, he's not like super strung out or anything, but clearly not all there. In his backpack, I see the handle of a machete. This is what they do, like all in this area: carry knives, carry machetes. He's got the handle of a machete, right? So I'm like, oh shit. Everybody's like circling the guy and starting to like kind of cage him in, and they're all going, get him, Damien, get him, stop him, tackle him. And I'm looking at everybody and I'm going, what is going on? What? Nobody's telling me what's going on, right? And they're like, he's got his phone. He's got his phone. He's got whose phone? He's got whose phone? And it takes like 2 minutes before I figure out from someone that he has the DJ's phone. All right. So now at this point, we're like a half a block, right? We like a half a block down, okay? And you've got 20 people that have circled this guy, and there's like this older 70-something-year-old guitar player, right? That looks like Clint Eastwood, and he's like, I'm gonna go get the phone back. And so he's running after the homeless guy, and I'm like, all right, now I gotta step in. So I get in between him and the homeless guy, and everybody's yelling at the guy, everybody's circling the guy, and I'm like, this is about to get out of hand, right? So I guess I'm on duty now. So I turned around to everybody and I said, shut the fuck up. Everybody back up. Who's got 20 bucks? And somebody hands me 20 bucks. I get the 20 bucks. I look at the guy. I go, hey, look at me. You want to get high? I'm going to give you this 20 bucks. You give me that cell phone. And he goes, give me the money. I said, no, look at me. Give me the cell phone. Take me at my word. I'm going to give you this 20 bucks and everybody's going to leave you alone. Gives me the cell phone. I give him the 20 bucks. He goes on about his business. In this area, at all the stores, they have these things called Echo ATMs, right? It's this business, and I don't know how they're able to do this, but you can take a phone, you plug it in, they'll give you anywhere from 10 to 30 bucks, depending on the phone. And most of the homeless people in this area, that's one of the rackets. They'll steal a phone. As soon as you set it down, they'll take it and they'll drop it off in this Echo ATM. At one of the stores where I work out, the cops are in there all the time because people have the Find My Phone app, the Track My Phone app, and they track it right to this damn Echo ATM where somebody's cashed it in for some drug money, right? So I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, we dodged that bullet. And I told Morgan, I'm like, look, I told you, let's go home. So we stay for about 10 more minutes. We get in the car, and on the way home, we get to the Burnside Bridge. If any of you guys have ever played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the Burnside, the Burnside or the Burnside skate park, that's this Burnside Bridge. It's right where the skate park is. So as we get to the bridge, we look up, and there's like, how many like bicycles would you say there are?
Oh, probably 40.
Well, let me ask you this. When I left to go deal with the homeless person, what were you thinking was going on?
Well, I didn't think anything at first besides him just coming up, like, because obviously the first thing I saw was Lisa come and grab Toby, and then everyone kind of convened behind that DJ table. So, I mean, at first I knew something was going on in terms of someone's just coming up, probably fucking with some of the stuff that's there, or like in some fashion. But pretty much once you guys made it to the other block and rounded the corner, I figured he had probably taken something if people were going after him, you know,
You
following
weren't worried
him.
that he was gonna kill me like you? I didn't hear you screaming from your room.
I figured out of everybody in the group, you'd probably be the least person between you and Toby to maybe have something happen to. But I also saw you immediately with your hand out and doing the things you do while you're on duty. So I didn't see you putting yourself in a position where this guy's going to be within arm's reach of you, you know.
Yeah.
So, yes, I worry, but no, I'm not over here going, oh my god, because that would probably speak to a lack of faith I have in you. And I mean this with love, but if something were to happen, it's going to probably be a catastrophic event in terms of how safe you try to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Well, after that, we get to the Burnside Bridge. There's like, 100 bicyclers up there. And
Like 40, but
140 for the sake of the story.
we'll just
right?
fluff the whole story. We'll just,
Right.
you know.
There's 70 bicyclers. All right. So anyway, we can see them like 6 blocks up, and the bridge is all backed up because there's all these people on bicycles in the road, right? So in front of us, like 3 cars, there's a guy in this rickety old serial killer white van, and he's going between the lanes, like trying to go around everybody. And we're like 4 cars behind this guy, right? So no big deal. We watch him like trying to change all these lanes, and he's like hanging on his horn. So we just drive by him. We have no interaction with this guy whatsoever. And right as we drive past him, I've got my window down and Morgan's window down, and he looks and he goes, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," and like zeroes in on me. Like, I don't know why, but that's one thing. Let me side thing here. That's one thing about crazy people in Portland. They just look, and like if you lock eyes with them, they're like you, like you're the one who, like, all my daddy issues and societal problems, like you're the problem. So this guy's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." Morgan, meanwhile, is just puffing on a vape, completely oblivious to all this shit. So I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm just watching him drive in the wrong lane because I'm like, where are you trying to turn? Because you either need to be in the left lane or you need to get 2 lanes to the right. Like, where are you going?
Based on where we're trying to go. But I'm dealing with the fucking crazy person, right?
Well, some of us don't think every crazy person is actually out to get us.
Because
but continue with your story of what happened.
Because right when he says, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," he like turns his car to like come out of the far right lane to get into the left lane where we are. Behind us. So I'm like zigging and zagging through traffic and trying to get some car links between us and said crazy person. And I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and he's like doing everything he can to get around cars and get like behind us. I'm like, what the fuck, right?
Is it possible you opened up? This is the first time I'm asking him this question. Is it possible, because we saw him logically in front of us doing that, cutting cars off, that when we got past him, he may have addressed you or us or our car with, "I'm gonna fucking kill you"? But is it possible you opened up a window of drivability for him by zigging and zagging like you did, and that he wasn't necessarily coming after us? It's only asked if it was possible.
Well, in a court of law,
we would say yes.
We would say yes.
So that's
it's
all
possible.
we need. That's all we need. Continue.
In a court of law, we would say yes, it's possible.
Okay.
Now, the second question is counsel, is it probable? No. Because a crazy person in a rickety ass crazy van who says, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," doesn't then go, "Oh wow, hey, thanks Rope. You know what? Why didn't I think of that? I'm gonna follow this guy," right? No, they're crazy. They're crazy for a reason. She doesn't care because she wasn't the one driving. And without boring you with the rest of the story, I did some fast and furious shit, and I got us out of there, and I saved the day. I saved the day.
Yeah.
But did she give me any appreciation? Did she pat me on the back? Did she pour me a glass of whiskey and say, great job? No.
No, because when we got home, I had to pick my heart up off the floor and shove it back up my asshole and back to the spot in my chest cavity where it goes.
But hey, listen, the point of this live, and I'm going to get off here so I'm going to play Frisbee with the dog and hang out here for a little bit. But the point of this live is the ability to de-escalate something with having $20, especially if you spend a lot of time or you live or work around that element, the tweaker element, that drug addicted element. You know, sometimes instead of letting the guy pull the machete off and start lopping off liberal arms and limbs, you know, look, right to the point. You want to get high? Here's $20. Go get high. Leave us alone. I understand that that's, you know, kind of harsh, but, you know, it really did save the people that were involved, and it saved me from having to get my hands, you know, into this situation. So, any parting thoughts?
No.
I don't do lives very often, so, you know, thought I would just...
Yeah, I didn't know we were, you know, doing a live when I walked up.
Got a whole one person watching, got a whole one mic.
It's wonderful.
Killing the game. All right?
That only happened after I've been on the video.
That is true. We're like, oh shit. All right. Well, anyway, keep $20 in your pocket, and yeah, watch out for crazy people on Burnside. All right.